This is the Real Flame Bernice 67-inch landscape electric fireplace with mantel, and the first thing that hits me is the width. At 66.75 inches across, it reads like real architecture, not a temporary heater. The shiplap face gives it that modern farmhouse vibe, especially in the charcoal finish I'm using. And the wide, low firebox looks right at home under a wall-mounted TV. The top has a real wood look that breaks up the painted body in a nice way. It feels like furniture that's meant to stay put. From my experience, the build feels solid. It's heavy, about 152 pounds, and that weight pays off once it's assembled. I needed a second set of hands to get the mantel pieces aligned, and the cam locks and dowels go together cleanly if you take your time. I anchored the included anti-tip strap into a stud, and the whole thing sits tight and stable. The 6-foot power cord has a flat plug, so I can push it close to the wall without the plug getting crushed. It plugs into a regular 3-prong outlet, no special wiring. Key features that stand out for me are the vivid flame firebox with 6 flame colors and 5 brightness levels, the infrared quartz heater rated up to 5,100 BTUs, the thermostat with set points, a timer up to 9 hours, and a flame-only mode so I can keep the look without any heat. The glass stays cool to the touch. There's automatic overheat shutoff, and the insert is replaceable. It's CSA and FCC certified, which I appreciate for peace of mind. Let me talk about the visuals because that's what makes you want this in the first place. In my opinion, the flame realism is strongest at night or with the room dimmed. I keep it on orange or red-orange most of the time because those feel the most like a wood fire. The ember bed pulses and adds depth, and the resin logs don't look plasticky when the lights are down. In bright daylight, the effect washes out a bit and you're reminded it's LEDs. The white and blue settings skew modern, fun for a lounge look, but I don't leave them on long. Brightness at level 5 is easy to see during the day, and level 1 is a nice nightlight. There's no crackling sound built in, which I actually prefer. If I want audio, I'll play a Fireplace track on a speaker. Otherwise, I enjoy the quiet. On the heating side, the infrared quartz element surprised me. It's 1500 watts, which is typical for plug-in heaters, but the warmth feels softer and less drying than the coil heaters I've used. I run it in a 20 by 20 living area that opens into a kitchen, and it takes the chill off fast. I've seen a 6 to 8 degrees Fahrenheit bump after about an hour, which lets me bump down the central thermostat for the evening. The air never feels cooked or dusty, and my throat doesn't get scratchy. That's been a real upgrade. A quick tip if you're new to space heaters. 1500 watts draws about 12.5 amps, which is near the continuous limit of a 15-amp circuit. From my experience, you should avoid running it on the same circuit as a vacuum or window AC, or you'll trip a breaker. A dedicated outlet is ideal, or at least be mindful of what else is on that line. Controls are simple, but there are a couple quirks. The remote handles power, heat, timer, flame color, and brightness. And there are buttons on the unit too. The thermostat steps are fixed at 71, 75, 78, 82, 86, and 99 degrees Fahrenheit. I wish there was a 72 or 73 setting. I end up bouncing between 71 and 75 to land in my comfort zone. The 99 degrees Fahrenheit option basically turns it into always-on heat. The timer has been great. I set it for 2 hours at night and don't think about it. The one thing I don't love is the beep. Every command triggers a loud confirmation beep that you can't mute. Adjusting the flames late at night can feel louder than it should in a quiet room. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I notice it. Noise levels are reasonable. With just the flame motor running, it's a faint hum that fades into the background. When the heater fan kicks on, it's about as noticeable as a fridge. I can keep the TV at my normal volume without turning it up to compete. As far as setup choices, the mantel is rated for 30 pounds, so it's not a TV stand. I mounted my TV on the wall above, and it looks clean, but it did add an extra step. The painted finish on the mantel is smooth and easy to wipe, though I recommend felt pads under decor. If you drag something rough across it, it can scratch. The firebox glass stays cool even when the heater's running, which is reassuring with kids and pets around. I had a little new appliance odor on day 1. It smelled like hot dust for about 20 minutes while the heater burned in. Then it went away and hasn't come back. I ran it on high with a window cracked, and that took care of it. From my experience, it's perfect for someone who wants a focal point without cutting into walls or dealing with gas lines. The landscape orientation helps a lot in rooms with lower ceilings because the horizontal lines make the unit feel wide and grounded rather than tall and heavy. The shiplap design plays well with both farmhouse decor and more contemporary setups. I've used the flame-only mode a lot, especially when friends are over in warmer months and I want the cozy look without adding heat. I'd recommend this for homeowners and renters who want a real furniture piece that can heat up to 1,000 square feet as supplemental heat. It's great if you're comfortable mounting your TV on the wall or you don't need to place heavy gear on the mantel. If you're sensitive to beeps or want super granular temperature control, just know those are trade-offs. And if your space is very small, measure your wall. 67 inches is substantial. One more practical note, the insert is replaceable. That gives me confidence that if something goes out down the line, or if Real Flame releases an upgraded firebox, I won't have to replace the entire mantel. It's a thoughtful bit of future-proofing. In my opinion, the Bernice nails the balance between style and function. It looks like a real piece of built-in cabinetry. Throws comfortable heat without drying the air, and gives you flexible ambiance year-round. The limitations, no TV on the mantel, the loud beep, and coarse thermostat steps are worth weighing, but they haven't outweighed the daily comfort and look I'm getting from it. In conclusion, this has become the anchor of my living room. It makes the space feel finished. I use the heat most evenings, and the flames at night are genuinely relaxing. If you're building out a cozy living area, a bedroom reading corner, or a home office that needs a bit of warmth and character, this is an easy yes. If this video helped, please subscribe and drop your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.